Good morning, students. In this video, we are going to quickly learn about ICSE 8 Geography, first chapter, that is elaborately about contour lines and their uses, identification of landforms through contours, and different patterns of settlements. Right. So now, first, we'll be discussing about topographical map. So what is topographical map? Topographical map. Topographical map. So topographical map which represent natural and man-made features. So man-made features like roadways, railways, canal, and as well as natural features like vegetation, river, drainage pattern, etc. So now, as you know, that topographical maps, or it is also called survey map. It is also called survey maps, right? A look at it. This is about topographical map, right? Topographical map, and these are like, you know, that river, vegetation, and patterns of contour lines which indicates the shape of the lands. These are natural made features, as well as look, this roadways, red color indicate, red line indicate that roadways, as well as settlement. These places like indicate densely populated area. Okay, now look. So topographical maps or sheet which produced by Survey of India. Survey of India, and as you know, its headquarters located in Dehradun, Uttarakhand. HQ headquarters. That organization established by the British, right? Okay, now, so actually that topographical maps show the detailed information of a small area, and the scale of topographical maps basically 1:50,000. And first of all, these maps are drawn according to a predetermined scale. Features is placed at a proper direction and their horizontal distance is proportionate to the scale. But these maps are important tools for geographers who intend to make an in-depth study of a region. But nowadays, the topographical maps rarely used because it takes long time to prepare properly and also do not see up-to-date information. Okay, now, so next we'll be discussing about the contours, use of contours on a topographical sheet. Topographical sheets, right? So first of all, what is contour? What is contour? Contour is a line that joins places having the same height, right? Contour is a line that joins places places having the same height. Having the same height above the mean sea level. Right. Next, first of all, these are all, you could say that imaginary lines joining places which have the same height above the sea level. And on topographical maps, basically that contour lines of a region are shown in brown color. Which color? Brown color. Now, so features of contour lines. Features. First, number one, you could say that these lines never intersect each other. Number two, that each contour line has its own numerical value. Has its own numerical value. Value. Okay. Now, next, so the difference in height between two adjacent contour lines is called contour interval. The difference of height between two adjacent contour lines is called contour interval. Interval is usually 20 meters. Okay. Next, now we'll be discussing about contour index. Next, contour what is contour index? The contour index, every fifth contour line is every fifth contour line is drawn bold or which is multiple 100 is called bold, is known as contour index. Right. Now, like this is contour index, that is suppose 500, 480, 460, 400, 440 and 420, and this one 400. So that is bold line. As I told you that every so this bold line, this one So this one and this one, contour index. Actually, contours and contour lines are used in topographical map to show or to represent the height, right? To represent the height. Suppose how? Suppose here, like this one. Suppose take a paper strip and mark the point which intersect this line, and now draw a line and then mark the point, right? So next, and highest value, suppose this is 500, 520 and 540, right? Highest value. So you can take about 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 and 600. So lowest value 400, 500, right? And now, so outer value 400, okay? So first 400 and then obviously 420, this one 420. So as per this point 420, like, then 440, 440 and 460, next value 460 and 480, and then up to suppose this one 500 and these two line 520 and 540, and again 540, 520 as per this line, and 500, 480, 400 parallelly, 460, 440, 420 and suppose this one 400, right? And join all these points like so. Look, so with the help of this contours index or contour lines, we have found about the heights, okay, of this landform. Now students, with the help of these contours we can understand about the height of the land easily. We can height of the lands and steepness of the slope. So we can say that this is very gentle slope, and obviously shape of the land look like dome shape. Okay. So a variety of relief or physical features can be identified with the help of contours. How? First of all, like steep slope. Steep slope. How? Suppose, look, steep slope when the land suddenly slope or down, then it is known as steep slope. How? Suppose contour pattern. Right. Contour shaft, and on the ground that land structure landform should be like this, steep slope, ठीक है ना, steep slope. On the other hand, so steep slope, so contour lines are first of all closely spaced, right, and very close to each other. So it is clear that very close to each other, and in steep slope difficult to climb up. Next gentle slope. Gentle slope. So in such of slope, the change of elevation is gradual, right? Change of elevation is gradual. So now look, contour patterns like this. Contour pattern. Right. So, and landforms. If we draw with the help of this contour line, then it should be like this. So, right. So this is steep slope and this is gentle slope. So easily someone, obviously gradual rise or fall of the land, and contour lines are sparsely spaced. Chalo next hill. So hill is a landform that has an elevation less than 1000 meter, near about 900 to 1000 meter, like this. This is about hill. Okay, and that contour patterns like this circular pattern, right? So this is about contour patterns, and the contour lines are basically drawn in a concentric manner, and value increases towards the center, right? Like suppose this one 100 meter, 100, and then 200, 300, 400, and this one 500. This is about features. Next, Plato. So it is a large mass of comparatively flat land that rises abruptly. Look, about its value also increases towards the center, like okay, and suppose yes 600, and this one 700, 800, and 900 meter, and figure like abruptly rise, and surface almost undulating features, but usually has steep slope. This side steep slope, steep slope. Done. And first of all, contour lines are drawn in an elongated manner, and value increases towards the center, and contours are almost closely spaced. Next that is ridge. So what is ridge? A ridge is a long and narrow stretch of highland. Long, narrow stretches of highland, and sloping, steeply sloped downwards on its sides, and it has a numerous summit, right? Like how, suppose right, suppose this side 600 meter, 600 meter, and it also 600 meter. Then this one 500 meter, and this one 400 meter and 300 meter. 300 meter. Okay. Now then structure like this. So now look students, first of all steep slope also, and a ridge is represented areas of higher ground, and broad and gently descends pass. So what is pass? Pass is a narrow gap, right? A narrow gap in a range of mountain that provides a passage, a passage through it is called a pass, right? Through known pass, right? So like in northern parts of India like Jammu and Kashmir, there are many passes like Jojila, Burjila, Khardungla. Even in eastern India like Sikkim, there is Nathula, Jelepola, right? So the pass which has been lowered in height by the action of river, then it is called gap. So what is gap? Gap when the height of a pass is lower than the height of a saddle. So which has been lowered in height by the action of river. Okay. Look, this is gap, and now come to call. this is call. And what about saddle? That basic difference call and saddle. Look, there is steep sided and slope, very steep slope, and where is gentle slope, right? Or this is gentle slope. Okay, and look, that structure of contour like okay, and these landforms like ridge, col, saddle, pass, and also you need to know some geographical terms which is required for identification of landforms, right? And for studying topographical sheet, number 1, triangulate height. Triangulated height. So look, when the point has been, what is triangulated height? Now when the point has been accurately surveyed and is determined trigonometrically, right? Triangle, right? Triangle, suppose 450. So which indicates that place has been accurately surveyed and height 450 meter, right? Next come to discuss about spot height. What is spot height? Now, the height of a point on the ground, ground above the mean sea level. Now, patterns of settlement. So what is settlement? Now, a settlement is a place where people construct their houses. Like small, it may be small cluster to metropolitan city, right? So what is metropolitan city? A city having dense population with developed infrastructures and industries and other facilities. So dispersed settlement is a settlement so in which huts and houses are scattered over a large area. This one right? So dispersed settlement found in hilly region or forested area, or you could say that desert, where that transport problems with communication problem as well as occupation problem. So that kind of settlement is called dispersed settlement. Next come to compact or nucleated settlement, or it is called nucleated settlement. So what about nucleated settlement? So are the settlement in which the houses and huts lie close to each other, right? So huts and houses are closely spaced close to each other in a cluster groups, like houses are closely spaced. Right. So this is about nucleated or compact settlements. Basically, this kind of settlement is found in river valleys or fertile plains, where people can earn their livelihood easily. So first of all, look, and all other facilities are available, like occupation or job opportunity or favorable climate. So these type of settlements are called compact or nucleated settlements. Linear settlement. So what is linear settlement? So it is settlement that develop in a single line. Like, right, so this is about linear settlements. So found along the river bank, coast, or roads or railways lines. So houses are built in a line and usually facing each other. So these type settlements are called linear settlements, right? So basically settlement that develops in a single line. So we have studied about physical features and human-made features, right, and interpretation of topographical map or sheet. Thanks for watching.